No, listen.
So people that are...
Listen for a second.
Go ahead.
Listen for a second.
Yep.
After 60 years of helping people, the church knows that if you're connected with somebody who is antagonistic towards Scientology or to you getting better, that you can't advance. You can't get better. You
Right.
won't be able to get better.
Right.
So it's a simple thing. The church is saying, look, we're not going to make you disconnect.
Right.
But if you don't, we're sorry. We know that you aren't going to get better. So with the choice is that person's, that's all.
Right, and what happens if they say, sorry, we know you're not going to get better? Then they'll say, oh, you other people now disconnect from that person because that person's not disconnecting from that person.
Well, look, if you want to do this all the way up the line, that's fine.
It's what happens in real life.
But the fact is that when you're connected to somebody like that and you can't get better, and the church is going to waste all its time and effort to help somebody get better that they know they can't get better, that's stupid. That's
then fine.
Stupid and a
Fine.
waste of
Say,
time.
sorry, we're not going to help you, but don't say, disconnect from this person, disconnect from that person.
Well, they
Go
do.
to ex-Scientology
They
kids,
do.
go to ex-Scientology message board, and just read. You can tell the stories that are blown out of proportion, people that have an axe to grind, and you can tell the real stories where people are like, you know, I went there, I just wanted my money back, I felt Scientology didn't help me, and they told my whole family to disconnect from me, and they did. There's plenty of stories out there that are like that, and it's because your management is insane.
Well,
they're hypercritical.
Well, that may. I don't believe
there's a
that
difference.
That's the case.
There's a difference between someone who's critical of the subject and wanting people to get better in general,
Right.
than compared to someone who has a problem with the way the church is being run or the way a certain situation in real life played out. Big difference. The management blurs the two together, and they say, oh, anyone that rocks the boat, suppress a person, must disconnect.
Well, it's kind of interesting because you mentioned before Anderson Cooper and all that.
Right.
These people that were doing it, first of all, they were disgruntled people who left. And they all were kicked out. They all were found out, and they were all kicked out, just like they should have been.
And you know this
They weren't found out immediately, perhaps, just like in the government.
Apparently Marty Rathbun beat 50 people before they got to him.
Just like I said, they
Sure.
don't all find that out there.
But how do you know?
My point being is
Yep.
quite simple, and you should know this.
Go ahead.
Until I see something myself that I know is wrong,
Right.
and I haven't seen that from David Miscavige or anybody else up in the higher-ups,
Right.
I'm going to trust them, just like I trust my family when I was growing up, and I
Right.
didn't see them do anything wrong, and a neighbor might say, hey, he did this, he did that. I'm still going to trust them because everything that I've seen
Right.
is nothing but let's help this planet survive, because it is not going to survive the way that it is now. Our government
agree
on
with
Capitol Hill isn't going to do it.
I agree with that.
Obama in the White House may want to, but he's failing to do it too.
I agree.
And so this organization is doing as much or more than any other organization on the planet to help this place survive. You want to dig up stuff? That's fine. And if you find stuff that is wrong, that's fine.
Right.
Lord, don't try and convince me, though. I mean, you're going to give me to say go to this website and say that's evidence. That's ridiculous.
It's personal experiences. I'm not saying take it as evidence. I'm saying read
That's
them,
right. That's
make
right.
your own judgment.
That's right. Well, what about all the people that have all these wins and wonderful things happen to them? Why
Sure.
don't you ever say, go to that website and look at that part of Scientology? Why isn't that ever
I tell
done?
everyone, Google Scientology. I don't tell people to make up their own minds.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll tell the recent stories of news, things in the news that you guys don't get to hear. But the ultimate message is you need to look elsewhere besides what's being fed to you by your own organization.
Well, that may be.
Uh-huh.
And that may be. But you also should let them know what the good that Scientology does in the world. Do you know that Anonymous and some other idiots are saying that, the volunteer ministers aren't going over there to help them in Haiti? It's ignorant and foolish, and I know some congressmen that I've talked to that are very thankful.
I'm not aware
for those people.
I'm not aware of
being
those
there.
statements.
Well,
if you know where they are, tell me.
Yeah, they're on Anonymous's website. Actually,
well, there's
is
many,
where it is. But here's my point.
Sure. I want to end with a quick question.
Yes.
You want to go first, or
I'll go first.
all right?
My point is, okay, you're going to do all of this,
right?
Okay, with no proof, just anecdotal evidence. Well,
court documents,
all of that stuff.
Your church was raided in Italy.
I can't stop. Our church was raided here in the 70s.
Right.
Our church was raided because they didn't want the e-meter out there.
I understand.
It's just absurd. This is a.
Is it absurd, or or are there reasons
absurd.
maybe that it's being attacked the way it is?
I believe that it's absurd.
All right, sorry, go ahead.
I believe that there's suppressives that don't want this church to succeed.
I shouldn't have interrupted you. You were making a point.
But that's okay. My point is this. Everybody here who are Scientologists,
right?
If somebody that I know is depressed, all right, you're going to send him to a medical doctor. He's going to give him Prozac. I'm going to bring him down here, and they're going to find out what the reasons are, and they're going to fix it so that person isn't depressed anymore.
Okay.
Nothing will be hidden. Nothing will be changed brain chemistry and all that sort of stuff.
Right.
And I know it works. I've seen it work time and time again.
Right.
The stuff that you've got a problem with, go right ahead and find out where Miscavige lives and do all this stuff there. But you're preventing the poor slob on the corner who is depressed and doesn't have an answer. You're stopping him from going in there, and that's what I don't like.
I understand,
That's
but
what I don't like.
how exactly am I stopping him?
By doing this nonsense and scaring him away.
Well, if he's scared away, I don't know if that's my fault or if that's his own fault.
That's what your point is
My point is not to scare anyone away.
Oh, this mask.
This mask is to draw attention.
Right.
It's symbolic of the movement. If someone's afraid of it, I'm sorry. I mean, we're all adults here.
Well, well, that may be, but again, your job is to chase them away. That's why you're here. You're not here to tell these people the truth. You obviously don't want you. Do you ever tell them, Scientology really can help you? It can help you tremendously. But I don't want you to go in there because of the head guy. Do you ever say that?
A lot of times, if someone actually stops and talks to me, I'll say I'm not against the philosophy. I'll say I've had actual successes in Scientology, and I still find some of it useful and helpful. So yeah, I'll say that.
Okay.
But I don't stop a person in the street and go, "Hey, you heard about the wins that people are having in Scientology? Go check it out." It's counter. It's counter-purpose.
Well, it's counter-purpose to what you're trying to do, which is not get them the help,
I'm trying to stop the
them
abuses.
from going
I'm trying
in
to
there.
stop families from being disconnected. Now, one last question.
Yes.
When you were in Scientology 30 years ago, were there more people then compared to now?
I don't know. Last time I was down at Flag, there were just thousands and thousands of people here.
What about at this org?
At this org?
Was there more people or less people 20 or 30 years ago?
I don't count, but what's your point?
I'm just asking you.
I don't know. Every event that I go to, it's filled up. I assume it's the same.
You assume it's the same?
I assume it's the same.
All right, very good. You answered my question. I appreciate it. Yep.
All right. Okay, good.
Awesome talking to you, man.
Okay.
You're one of the few, and I really do appreciate it.
All right.
All right, take care.
I'm sure I'll get in trouble for it.
I hope you don't, Dennis. I really don't. I really don't. I hope you don't.
Yeah. All right.
All right, take care. Oh, and just in time for Sue and Sylvia show. You gonna come out and play today, Sylvia? You were such a success on YouTube. Think about that little interaction. Did you think it was a quality conversation, one-sided? Did I try to talk over him? Did he try to talk over me? What do you? I mean, any comments as far as how you thought it went? No, right? You know you can't say anything because they'll get in trouble. David Miscavige is a suppressive person who beats up his staff and disconnects families on a whim. And you support that by walking in and out of that building. Oh, were you trying to scare me, sir, by pretending you're going to punch me? You support David Miscavige by walking in and out of that building. He's a friendly fellow. So no comments then? Very free and able. Awesome. What do you think? Gonna rain or what? Tony? It's gonna rain, you think? You think it'll rain? All right, good talk. Tony's gonna give her money to go inside. Here, take this $5, go in, watch a movie. What's up? Block tech, Andrew hasn't mastered. You are a big man. You can block half of my field of vision just by standing there. Did you just flip me off by itching your nose? I'm not down with that, man. You got something to say? Hi, ma'am. How's your Scientology experience working out for you? Don't worry about the families that get disconnected. They'll be okay. They pulled it in. How dare they think for themselves? Don't worry about the mother who can't see her daughter. As long as you're having your wins,